My Experience at Global Lead by Emmy Trussell. Global citizenship to me means being aware of different cultures and working towards positively influencing the lives of others. Spreading awareness will encourage others to act towards the same goal of being globally invested and actively working towards change. Being aware means understanding that there are many different kinds of people in our world. Deepening self-awareness is very important because we learn which kind of skills and strengths we have so that we can use those to influence other people. Influencing others to be aware and act towards change is very important as a global citizen. During the sex trafficking lesson we had in Athens, I was blown away by how big the business of trafficking really is. This awareness encouraged me to influence others to spread awareness so that one day, as a whole community, we can make a change. Change is something every global citizen is capable of. We took action in personal ways by helping Marie at the Salvation Army build a clothing store for the homeless. This one-week project for us changed her life for the better. After we gained awareness of how easy it is for Greeks to be completely homeless after losing a job, influenced our global team to make a difference in these people's lives. Being a global citizen begins with learning about our values and who we are as leaders. The lessons we had in Athens with Courtney and Pierce about vision statements and values really helped me gain a new perspective on life. We learned to not take other people for granted and to respect differences. Everybody brings different parts to the table, and if we learn to listen, we can learn much more about each other. My core value of belief, philosophy, and religion helps me remember that there are bigger things out there in life for us to find. Knowing that there is a meaning for life encouraged me to help others all over the world and to gain a new perspective and know that the world is much bigger than it seems. I don't think my values have changed that much since I've been in Greece. I think they've only enhanced and brought to certainty. I found this trip to be very emotional and spiritual to me. I now know that I can influence anybody who comes into my life and love them for who they are and their cultures and their backgrounds. These 6 words that I found, everyone has their own life story. I found this to be true during my trip with Global Lead. Sitting on the bus every day in Greece became more interesting when I listened to the life stories of everyone on the trip. By listening, I was getting to know each individual directly without talking to them. Knowing someone's past makes me more empathetic towards that person, because I now know what they have been through. Some life stories are more sad or intense than others, but this just gave me more awareness of how not everyone is perfect and everybody is going through something in their lives. This trip also has made me understand myself. I have faced fears holding a small snake, which is actually more terrifying than holding the big snake because how quick it is. I learned responsibility with remembering to sign in, sign out, and to learn to be responsible when spending money and fears that the ATMs might shut down. I bungee jumped with people that I barely knew at the time, but immediately bonded with them after I realized how supportive everyone was when they were cheering one another on while jumping off a bridge. Traveling overseas and seeing different cultures has opened my eyes as a global citizen. I have seen Greeks become homeless after 2 months of losing their jobs. I have heard the story of the owner of the global sports bar talk about how he had 7 restaurants with over 100 employees, and now he has 1 with 3 employees. I have seen people scared for the future of Greece, but also have incredible hope that the economy will find its way towards equilibrium and peace, with the help of its culture and history through the community and the country. Going into Greece in May, I wondered why people of Greece don't just go to the United States and find work and bigger opportunities for families. But now I know, after talking to the locals, I have learned how important culture and history is to them. And some families in Greece will never leave because of the culture and history that is keeping their country together, and that must never change. Gaining this knowledge of cultural differences has made me respect others for their backgrounds and their stories. I am happy I got to have this kind of experience while studying abroad in Greece, but I know that I can continue serving and learning in my community in Kentucky and Alabama. I have learned a lot about myself and others through values, strengths, and listening to others' stories and problems that they might have in their lives. Having deep conversations with one another, which has brought me away from usual friends and family at home, has only made me closer to these people and open up and form incredible and real friendships. Global Lead has taught me to be a global citizen by understanding self-awareness and awareness of differences, influencing others for the good of the people, and using actions to create change for peace and happiness. I would like to thank everyone I've met on this trip for opening my eyes to see that there are many different kinds of people who mean well and just want a helping hand. I will continue to be a global citizen from now on by getting involved and getting to know people that may be different than who I am. I have met some incredible people and learned about the Greeks' amazing culture, and I will never forget my experiences with Global Lead.